your thoughts on the match today and the performance of your competitors as well?
Well, for sure, it was a tough match. In the third set, it got really tight. I mean, the first set was also tight. I just, lost the break at the beginning, lost my serve at the beginning, and wasn't able to break back. So, it was a really intense one, and I think we both played pretty good.
How did you feel court conditions? Because several of the players have been expressing it's just super fast. Is that kind of how it's playing?
Yeah, it is super fast. So it's not easy to sometimes put the ball in. I think we play with more mistakes, and you have to adjust to that and kind of accept it.
How have you been so effective against Sabalenka when you look at your matchup with her? Now you're going to have another chance. What have you done that's made you stand out and have such a lopsided head-to-head?
I don't have the same tactics in every match, so a lot of different things.
It depends.
On the surface, on the conditions, on how I'm feeling.
Is it a matchup that you look forward to?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we're both, players that kind of deserve to be at the semifinals, finals, because we're working really hard, and I respect Arena so much. So yeah.
What makes her so tough to play against?
Overall, she's a great tennis player. What can I say? Physically, and she's always fighting. So everything. I mean, she can play great tennis. She has great shots, great backhand, and a lot of power. So yeah.
Iga, Mirra had something like 12 aces today. Was that a function of the conditions, or was there something about her serve that made it difficult to read?
Isn't she serving like that on other matches?
12 aces seems like a lot for her. Yeah.
Well, you gotta ask her. She was not serving these aces. I mean, I returned the same way as I usually do. I think she served well and kind of fearlessly. She was mixing up the placements.
You watched a lot of her. She's still quite young.
No, I haven't watched anything. So so I was just preparing, tactically based on what my coach told me.
How was the heat break for you? Was that helpful or not?
Oh, no, it wasn't. I mean, I think I only had one heat, this kind of break in my life. And I think we were both kind of rusty at the beginning of the third set, mishitting a lot. So for sure it's something to, something else, to learn, because even though, I'm pretty experienced, I didn't have a lot of occasions to have this break. So, I don't think it was helpful, but I mean, that's the rule, so.
Iga, congrats.
Thank you.
Obviously on clay, you're very comfortable, that you can tell that you flow and are happy there. I guess when you have these tournaments where there's conditions that you have to adapt to quite a bit, and obviously the curveball of the Olympics as well, kind of impacting everything. What is the satisfaction? Is the satisfaction different, making a semifinal here compared to Rome, Madrid? You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Because on these tournaments, on clay, for example, you feel like you kind of had to be in this place, You feel a lot of expectations. And here, from the beginning, I was just playing this tournament to get the feeling of the hard courts and what I can do here. So I wasn't expecting a lot. I would be fine, losing my first match. So so it's nice that I'm in the semifinals again, because for sure this year, especially after the Olympics and going from clay to here, I wouldn't expect it.
Hi, congrats. My question is kind of related to Courtney's one. So this year, the calendar is quite tricky. Pick up. Kind of tricky because of the Olympic, and maybe you might have been asked this question, but how much does it affect for the preparation for this hard court season? Because you have to transit from clay to hard court. So
yeah, it's more about adjusting than you don't have like a lot of time to like actually work on stuff, you know, because first you need to adjust and then you already play matches. But I think we did a pretty good job this week to practice a bit and work on stuff that didn't even work on clay. So so I'm happy with my preparation, though, you know, we can't expect a lot from just, you know, like 6 days of practice. You also need to get time off because you're gonna be dead, you know, at this part of the season. So I think planning wisely is like the most important thing, and then you need to just use the time you have at court 100% to not miss any minute and to get the best out of it.
Iga, to that point, you mentioned on court how busy this time of the year is, and I'm curious if that's going to impact how you schedule after the US Open, maybe play fewer tournaments and try to give yourself a bit of a break.
I think after US Open it's not that tight, because we have 2 or 3 weeks before China swing, and again like 2 or 3 weeks before the finals. So it's much better. But on the other hand, it would be nice for the finals to be a little bit early, so we can have a longer vacation, a longer preseason. But that's how it is. So yeah, I'm gonna play all the mandatory tournaments till the end of the year, and that's it.
Iga, you and Irina both have the same number of hard court titles. It's both 12. And I'm curious because sometimes the conversation surrounding both of you is she's great on hard courts, you're clay. But I mean, does that number surprise you? Do you discount yourself on this surface? Like, you know, 'cause the stats kind of are what they are.
No, it doesn't surprise me, but I think people just tend to focus on our biggest results, and they forget about, I mean, like Grand Slams, and they forget about the other stuff. But honestly, I think we're playing great on both clay and hard court, and she's playing great on grass. I'm not playing great on grass. So honestly, I think it's just like a little mistake that people make in their brains when they think about us, but it doesn't really matter. Like some surface will suit her better, and some is for me gonna be a little bit easier. So I mean, that's life, that's our technique, and at the end it's more kind of physical, you know, how we play tennis, and where it's easier for us to play and where not. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Iga,